gonna pull a Bruce banner on you if you do that again.
I think I was too thin on that. I got you.
I've never sung around a tenor in the same way.
No, I feel that honestly.
Can we just do that one section where you all breathe where I don't want you to?
Yeah, my heart.
Say those lines, say.
Say you, say me.
Say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
So the reason you breathe there is because we don't do a breath before.
Because there's no words.
Right? Let's go back and see if you can sneak it in. Just don't breathe there or I'll be sad. Let's go, that our flag was still there, please.
What if different parts breathe at different times? I don't know.
Our flag was still there. Our flag was still. Our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Sneak it anywhere in there, just don't put a concert in early. Did you do the same spot?
I don't know. I love Banner because I was
Dan. I think we'll be fine as long as we don't do it all at once.
That's what I did. That is literally what I did. I was too focused trying to
I
find my
have no
nose.
idea where you're supposed to live before we do this, but will you please look to your right and left?
I hope you don't know where I
and
live.
see who is next
Stay key.
so that you can get there. Yeah? That would make me to be happy. We will do first the banner, or sorry, the anthem, and then Blades of Grass thereafter.
Is that it?
I'm good.
You might want that.
Alright, let me ask the guy in charge where we can store you. Hold on.
We're supposed to put our hand over here like this so we sing it.
I mean, I just do it by default.
Not that it's required, but I do have some like hoodies that look like this in my car if anybody wants some.
Alright,
I think
Claire,
I'm
let's do like
It's
a
fine. You don't have to, but if you want to, I have to.
It does not appear that they have any seating for us because
Last year we just kind of stood over there.
yeah. So why don't we actually be back behind here? Will you just walk like that so you stay in order and go back behind the tech booth there?
Are we at the
Next year,
beginning
we're
or
gonna
the
try.
end?
I am
Oh yeah, baby.
Danielle.
Oh yeah.
Kind of podium. Usually I'm a roamer, but
Yeah, if you can't speak about this close to it.
about this close. Okay. All right.
Good morning, and thank you for coming out to the flag ceremony this morning. We'd like to thank Salt Lake Community College Veterans Center and the administration for sponsoring this. My name is Mike Foster. I'm with the Department of Veterans Affairs. I'm the Vet Success on Campus counselor here at Salt Lake Community College. First off, do we have any veterans in the audience? There's a few of us. Does anybody here know a veteran? Okay, that's better. So it's a small population in America right now. I think less than 1% of America is a veteran, but thank you for those who have served and for those of you who have supported those in service. We'd like to start today with a benediction and smudging. Jacob Crane, a community member from the Sioux-Dina Nation, will be offering that for us. Mr. Crane.
Denize Guja, good morning. My name's Jacob Crane, and I'm from Sioux-Dina Nation, and I was invited over here by Winter Rex as a faculty here, and I just want to say it's an honor to be here with you all today and to say a few words. And my grandfather was a veteran, actually. He served in the Royal Canadian Armed Forces, and so I'm from Canada originally, but we all know that we join forces when there's a great need. And so just bear with me as I kind of light my smudge here, and I'll kind of go through a few things. We use smudge as a traditional practice to help support our people, and it's a cleansing. And so sometimes veterans will go off to war, or they'll go overseas, or they'll see things that they may not want to see. And so sometimes when they come back, in our traditional practices, we have a ceremony for them. We say the wiping of the tears. And so we have a smudge and we have an eagle fan, and we go through and we literally will wipe everybody's their tears, to hopefully they'll cleanse that spirit of that they're coming back with. And so that's just one of the ways that we do this. And we also do sweat lodge, Sundance, things of that sort. And so I just want to say, we're going to have this smudge available for the next, 30, 40 minutes. So if anybody wants to come over and see me, I'll be over here with the smudge, and you can also, I'll show you how to do that. But I just want to say a quick prayer, and, Hayahota Eta Niskakula Da Tinitigucha. Thank you so much, Creator, for this life that we've been blessed with, and thank you for this day that we take to render to say a prayer for all of our veterans who've served this country and who fought, and take care of them and bless them, watch over them as they go through their life, and if they're still serving in the armed forces, to protect them while they're overseas or abroad here in the U.S. And, again, Creator, thank you for this life, this gift that we have, and continue to watch over us as we live our lives, and that we go on our journeys in a good way. And, thank you again for this opportunity to say a few words here. Hi, siaskas. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Next, we'll hear from a student speaker, Dominique Campbell, who's an aviation ordnanceman second-class petty officer in the United States Navy, and currently a student at Salt Lake Community College majoring in economics. Dominique.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me here. Today, I want to share a bit about my journey as both a student and a veteran, and the challenges, growth, and incredible sense of purpose that comes with it. Transitioning from the military to civilian life is a process that every veteran faces in their own way. For some, it's like turning the page to a new chapter. For others, it feels like opening an entirely new book. When I left the service, I found myself navigating a world that felt so different from the structure and camaraderie of the military. A world where my new mission was personal growth and academic success. Being a student again, Yes, sorry. Being a student again has its own unique challenges. For years, I was focused on serving my country, building skills that didn't necessarily translate to the classroom. Suddenly, I was sitting in lecture halls, surrounded by classmates who were often younger and had different perspectives and experiences. It was a shift, to say the least, from the disciplined, high-stakes environment of the military. One of the hardest parts of this transition was finding my new team. In the military, we're part of something bigger than ourselves. We're part of a family where each member is driven by a common goal. In school, it feels isolating at times. But through these challenges, I've learned to value both my individual strengths and the diverse perspectives of those around me. It's in building connections with classmates and professors that I found a new kind of team, one that's united by curiosity, learning, and mutual respect. Balancing studies, personal responsibilities, and often the need to work can feel overwhelming. Many veterans, like me, juggle these responsibilities while carrying the weight of past experiences. But it's in this struggle that we find resilience. It's hard, yes, but it's also empowering. Every assignment completed, every exam taken, and every class passed is a victory. These are our missions now, and accomplishing them brings a deep sense of pride. The transition is tough, but it's worth it. Being in school allows us as veterans to grow in ways we couldn't while in uniform. We gain new skills, broaden our horizons, and open doors to careers we may not have imagined before. Education is our bridge from the life we've known to the life we're building. And I want to say this to any veteran who's contemplating going back to school. Don't be discouraged by the challenge. You've already proven your resilience. You've navigated environments that tested your limits. Remember, the discipline, commitment, and drive you honed in the military are assets in the classroom. Embrace the journey. Your experiences aren't setbacks, they're strengths. Today, I stand before you, a student and a veteran, proud of the path I've chosen and the journey that's ahead. I'm grateful for this opportunity to grow, to redefine my sense of purpose, and to become a part of something larger than myself once again. And before I leave, I would like to share this poem by an unknown author. It is the veteran, not the preacher, who has given us freedom of religion. It is the veteran, not the reporter, who has given us freedom of the press. It is the veteran, not the poet, who has given us freedom of speech. It is the veteran, not the campus organizer, who has given us freedom to assemble. It is the veteran, not the lawyer, who has given us the right to a fair trial. It is the veteran, not the politician, who has given us the right to vote. It is the veteran who salutes the flag. It is the veteran who serves under the flag. Veterans know the oath of allegiance has no expiration date. God bless them all. Thank you.
Thanks, Dominique, and thank you for your service. Next up, we'll hear from Norm Zern. Mr. Zern attended Utah State University, where he received a bachelor's degree in science, a bachelor's degree of science in sociology in 1975, and a master's of science in sociology with minors in communication, business, and religion in 1979. Notably, he served with the U.S. Navy for 4 years and 2 years in the U.S. Army Reserves. He has more than 45 years of teaching experience between Salt Lake Community College and the Utah State Prison. He has served as an adjunct communications professor at SLCC since 2001 and has also had years of experience at Utah State Prison teaching as well. He's currently teaching classes at both Salt Lake Community College and in the Utah State Prison. Norman was a senior counselor for youth corrections for the state of Utah for 5 years and is a prolific writer and author. Mr. Zern.
If I weren't a veteran, I wouldn't be here today. I grew up in a little town, Arnolds Park, Iowa. You'd have to look it up. I was corn-fed, just like my brothers who all went in the military, my best friends that all went in the military. In fact, one of them, Tom Getch, today still carries all that shrapnel he brought back from Vietnam and a couple Purple Hearts. My father served in the military. My wife's father served in the military. There's something about it that as I was looking at this hat that I wear, it says, proudly served. That really summarizes a lot of why I'm here today. One of the things about being a veteran is you get to be a member of, and I appreciate your talk, Dominic, excellent. We're all a member of a tribe. I saw a couple hands. Let me see those hands again, those that served that were veterans. We're in a tribe, are we not? Doesn't matter what service you were in, doesn't matter when, doesn't matter where you served, we're in a tribe, and there's great pride in that. What I want you to do, I want to ask you a question today. I want those of you that maybe didn't get the chance to experience being in the military, let's imagine, I really want you to think about this. What if this very day, this beautiful day in Utah, some foreign country drops a bomb in our state? What are you going to do? What are you going to do if some other country says, we're going to this country and we're going to do some new business over here? What are you going to do? Now, that happened in Pearl Harbor. Oh, and that happened in 9/11. I'm a vet. I'd been around. But what did you do? Some of you are too young to have been around 9/11 or whatever, but many of us were. I remember it. I remember serving in the country, so the very first thing I did, when my brother said, turn on the TV and you got to see this. First one airline runs into a tower, could have been an accident. The second one, no accident. The third one into the Pentagon, no accident. What I did, and it turns out there were hundreds and maybe 1,000, we went down to the Red Cross. Nobody told me to do that, but that's where I went. And sometimes ordinary people, and we're all ordinary people here. I don't see any millionaire, well, maybe. A couple of you might be. I don't have to be one of them. Ordinary people that say somebody needs to stand up for the country. And just ordinary people do that. They say it's time to serve. And we may have issues come up in the future. What can we do? Thinking about this talk, and I appreciate it, Steve. I've looked forward to it. There are some words that I think about whenever I think of a veteran. Code talkers. Anybody know what a code talker is? By a show of hands? Wow. I'm a college professor, so I make sure my new students know what a code talker was. Look it up if you don't know. Look at what the Native Americans did to help this country. How about Agent Orange? I have folks that served with me that have been handicapped the rest of their life. Many have died because of that little thing that was in Vietnam. How about Purple Heart? Purple Heart, individuals that actually were hurt. But you know what? Some of the folks that aren't here today as veterans, they were severely wounded and died. And there are millions of them in this country going back to the Civil Wars. I watch movies and I see the influence of what took place in times of war. Tunnel rats. Oh my heck. Tunnel rats. Look it up. Or I have a very close friend of mine that I play golf with at this age. And he told me about when he served in Vietnam, he had a sentry dog. And I'll tell you what, we need to celebrate some of those dogs. So, as I'm here today, I celebrate those individuals, and I'm just a guy. But had it not been for me serving in the Navy, I would never have ended up in a place called Norfolk, Virginia, that I actually joined a particular church that drove me to Utah. Then I served in Keflavik, Iceland. There was a USO tour there, and they convinced me that I should come to Utah State University. And because of that, I came to Utah State University, got a bachelor's degree, went off and became a Marriott hotel manager. Then I came back and got a master's degree. And that's when I woke up. That's when I decided I wanted to teach. Now, this little boy from Iowa that could hardly spell the word college, that's me. I learned how to not only, but have a love for it. And then since I've been teaching at this college, but as Steve mentioned, for over 45 years, because of I want to give. And that's part of my challenging out here today. You need to keep giving. You need to keep giving. And for 45 years, I've either been a volunteer or a professor at the Utah State Prison. I not only am a professor there, but I have not one, but two programs I run out there. One is called the Spiritual Journey Group. One is called Toastmasters. And by the way, you may not know it, but about 15% of all inmates in our prison are enrolled in Salt Lake Community College. People say, why do you teach at the prison? Isn't that scary? Let me tell you something you may not know. 90 to 95% of those inmates are going to get out, and they're going to be your neighbor and your kids' neighbors. Those are individuals that I've been working side by side with for so many years. And so many of them have turned their life around because of education. And so many of them are veterans. Let me give you one example. I was teaching in this building here a couple years ago, and the way I teach is a little different. I stand in the back, and the students give presentations. And there's a gentleman in my class, about 10 years younger than me, and he said, hey, Mr. Zern, he said, you want to see a picture of me in the Army? I said, sure, I'd love to. He takes this picture out, and he shows me this 19-year-old kid that was him, and he had 300 rounds and a big gun. He said, I just got out of boot camp. They dropped me in a helicopter in this forest, and half of us are going to make it through the day. Pretty remarkable to be a veteran. Pretty remarkable. So in closing, two things. Whether you're a veteran or not, the gold is when we serve. It's not when we take. It's not when we wait for somebody else to knock on our door and say, hey, what can I give you today? But when we knock on somebody else's door, say, what can I do for you? And not only say it, do it. And lastly, yes, I am a college, although I haven't told the world that may be my last semester. I may be doing other things in life. Who knows? It's time to settle down when you get, I'll be 76. It's time to slow down a little bit. But the other thing that really occurred to me, this is a college campus. I have been teaching on this campus and a number of campuses for a lot of years. And you know what? I want the younger folks to hear this. If you don't step up to the plate, there will be no vets. There will be no veterans. And at my stage of my life, and many of us in the room, it's the proudest thing we've ever done. Was it easy? No. Ain't easy. Nothing good's easy. But I am so proud to be an American. And today we have an opportunity to step up the plate, frankly. And let's bring back some of the great traditions that we have. I appreciate it. I just want you to know I honor Salt Lake Community College has one of the best veterans program in America. That's a bold statement. I can't tell you how many people, my veterans, that, oh, they're given a little special treatment, by the way, But I dragged him down to Steve's office, and I'll tell you what, Slick takes care of him. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zern, as a veteran and an Aggie. Thank you. All right, next, Jacob Crane will honor us with the honors song. Mr. Crane?
Thank you. This song it's a memorial song, but it tells a story within itself, and I hope that you can take this wherever you go, and you can be honored in that way. And so, just give me a second here. ah, hey, ah, hey, oh. Way, ah, hey, ah, hey, ha. Way, ah, hey, ha. Way, ah, ho. Way, oh, hi, oh, hey, oh, hi, oh, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, oh. Way, ah, hey, ah, ha. Way, ah, hey, ah, ha. Way, ah, ho. Hey, oh, hi, oh, hey, oh, hi, oh, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, oh. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Crane. Next, I'll have the color guard presentation by Taylorsville High School ROTC, after which Solid Community College Choir will sing the Star Spangled Banner, arranged by Connor Smith and Desmond Clark, and then Blades of Grass and Pure White Stones by Orrin Hatch, Lowell Alexander, and Phil Nash. ROTC. They're taking the microphones away, so it means it's over. Thank you so much for the choir for that beautiful rendition, and Taylorsville ROTC for the flag ceremony. Thank you, Solid Community College, for supporting the veterans here. And thank you for participating, and more importantly, thank you to the veterans who are serving. Thank you. Oh, but wait, there's more. So in the basement, in the Veterans Center, we're having an open house. Just go to the basement, follow the smell of coffee and pastries. You can't miss it. Thank you.